Michelle Obama was on a recent podcast, and she stated that she's been kept up at night because of the amount of illegals that are being deported and the way that they're being deported under the watch of Donald Trump. And just to give you a figure of kind of how this rolls out, and I'm going to summarize this, and I'm going to tell you what I think, and I wonder if I'm going to nail this on the head. So stick around and listen to this. Obama deported like, I don't know, it was a bunch, 3 million, 5 million, something like that. It was a lot. It was way up there. So did the Bushes, senior and junior. So did the Clintons. It was in millions. One of them was like 10 billion. I can't remember which one it was, but the numbers are very significant. In other words, at this point, the number of illegals that have been deported is a fraction of what Obama did. And what I think she's trying to do, and there's rumors of speculation of some kind of divorce. Now, whether or not that's for sure or not, that's still in speculation. However, if this were to be the case, if they've been divorced, if she's speaking out against the amount of illegals that are being deported right now, knowing good and well that what her husband did, what it sounds like to me is, this could be a stretch, but we were speculating she would be running for president back when Kamala Harris sort of stepped in and was installed in through the primaries. You know, she pretty much stole the primary from Biden, which is kind of ironic. And then, and we were all like, wait a minute, but you know, because we know Biden wasn't going to make it. We're like, who are they going to put in there? The next in line would definitely be Michelle Obama. We didn't even, because we were thinking there's no way they would try to run Kamala Harris. There's just no way they did. So everybody in the conservative content world was making a prediction, and she's like, I'm not running for I'm just not going to do that. She's not going to do that. But she did all the book tours, everything that would be necessary to fuel that component. And what if, because she understands that Barack Obama's legacy has been very tainted, and that means that in order for the Obamas to take back power, they've got to figure out a way strategically to do that. So what better way to possibly get a divorce, then kind of rebuke some of the things her husband did? I ain't like him. I'm not like him. I ain't going to be like him. Because who does the Democrats have that anybody cares about? You think AOC's got a chance? You think the Tim Walzes have a chance? Do you think that, could they run Kamala? No, none of these people. Does Gavin Newsom have a chance? There's your strongest candidate right there. And that's a long shot. So far as anybody that's the new face of the Democrat Party. With the failures that took place in California, that's been blasted out nationwide, he doesn't have the political clout necessary. The only people that have that right now would be anything related to Obama's. And people have woke up to Barack. Even the black community has. But nobody's mentioning much about Michelle. So if she steps away from Barack Obama, I'm just saying this is all speculation. I mean, we've got a long ways to go, but let's just see what happens. But it's almost like we will see a presidential run come out of this because of her podcast, her stepping away from Obama's, her husband's, I know, just bear with me on that. Yeah. What do you think? All right, I've got a few other things. Check this out.
This is Congressman Shri Thanedar. Donald Trump has already done real damage to our democracy by defying a unanimous 9-0 Supreme Court ruling.
Hello, would you like to renew your car warranty? I am David, and I'm calling to let you know that I'm going to help you get the car warranty.
That has to be the final straw. It's time we impeach Donald J. Trump. The court said the wrongfully deported Kilmer Garcia must be allowed to return and receive due process.
Due process. Excuse me. What the hell did you just say? Press 1 for representative. What the hell's up with this dude? Who elected this guy? This Congress dude gonna impeach Donald Trump. What a joke. They're really digging deep, really digging low.
Trump ignored it. He ignored the Constitution. He ignored the very checks and balances that keep our democracy intact.
Tom Homan, got a few minutes there and check in to see what this dude's been up to. Can you see? I'm just saying. This guy just goes on for 3.5 minutes almost.
Unconstitutional power over our government and personal data.
I just got lots of questions. I really do.
Article 6.
Article 6.
Bribery and corruption. He has dismissed criminal cases and solicited payments from foreign governments and coerced legal settlements for personal and political gain.
This is the I would say I would like in the internet world be like, this is some content creator who is trolling something there. No, this is an actual real congressperson that has been elected. Yeah. He wants to impeach Trump. This is Shri Thander, a Democrat from Michigan, is bringing 7 articles of impeachment. I thought 7 articles of deport your dumbass. This dude's a piece of trash, man. He doesn't even. He was never. He's not. He ain't from around here. And I don't know what the end game is here, but this tops the pimp cane guy. the guy that waves his pimp cane around that was like allegedly is actually a firearm. That was brought up like, I forget who it was, but they were like, this dude's pimp cane's got a 22 caliber pistol mounted to it. Does anybody know that?
Article 7. Tyrannical overreach.
Tyrannical overreach.
Finally, and most importantly, he is attempting to consolidate unchecked power and erode the constitutional limits of the presidency.
You're looking at an eroded constitutional thingy going on right here because this guy somehow or another managed to get elected. I don't understand this. I just know that, like, if you actually called this dude's office and he answered, you'd be like, "No, I want to speak to the dude. I don't want." You think that now you've got they're actually overseas calling people working to handle the calls for the White House now. What the hell? Our tax dollars pays for people to answer the phones at my local congressman's office from overseas now. Is this how we're doing this? This is bad. This is not good as far as just the idea that this dude would have America's best interest at heart. I'm just saying, in my opinion, a lot of the times, based on what I've seen when it comes to people like Ilhan Omar, just our Americans, just the ones that actually are from this country, hate this country. Oh, yeah, bring one of these guys in. Let's see how this rolls. Oh, he's definitely going to be in the best interest for Americans. Yep, I'm sure of that. That's just wild, dude. That is absolutely wild. So anyways, I just figured I would throw that out there and just... This is crazy. I'm out.